We are now leaving the Marriott Atlanta Marquis, and we are heading back to good old Valdosta, Georgia. We're going to take I 75 south, and we know it'll get us there. Here again, we with local Valdosta-Lowdes County President Leigh Touchton. How you doing, Leigh?
I'm doing well, thanks, George.
How did everything go last night at the banquet?
Oh, Judge Mathis gave one of the best speeches I've ever heard regarding the death penalty in Troy Davis and calling us to action.
Mm-hmm. How did you feel about the turnout?
Well, I was disappointed, but we had to mobilize people for the last 3 weeks for demonstrations and petition gathering, and we sent the majority of our state officers and branch members were over in Savannah yesterday for the funeral and the mass meeting Friday night. So you have to prioritize your time, energy, and resources, so I understand, but we sure would have liked to have had a packed house last night.
Right. Short form, we're going to close this clip out. This is just an introductory preview to, no, this is the end. I'm sorry. This is the last clip. I'm sorry. You all excuse me. But what do you think about the commitment of Judge Mathis with his ailment, yet he came to that meeting? What do you think about that?
Oh, absolutely. That's what is so impressive about NAACP leaders. He came from the hospital and came to give the speech, and you know, most people would have said, I'm sorry, but I can't do it. But he came, gave the speech, and the only thing he said I'm sorry about was he said, I can't stay afterward and take pictures. My doctors have diagnosed me with exhaustion. I must go home and rest. But that's just the commitment of the NAACP. He's now one of our board members at the national level, and he takes his calling seriously. He does not back up. He's one of the few retired judges that speaks out against the illegality of the death penalty, the way that it is disproportionately applied to poor people and to black people and to Latino people. Mm-hmm. God bless Judge Mathis.
All right. We're going to close out on it. Anything you want to say, my brother?
No, I'm good. I'll get y'all home safely.
All right, he's going to get us home safely, okay? I'm going to close this out, but before I do that, I must mention John Robinson, my sidekick, one who helps me to stay focused on the dollars on the south side of the railroad track of Social Divide. And I would be remiss if I did not turn around and show you some of these high-rise buildings. And this is what John Robinson is always talking about, coming to Valdosta. As the skyline come to Valdosta, we want to know where we fit into the process of the construction of these buildings. I must say that. The contractors, the plumbers, the drywallers, the asphalt layer, the concrete, all of that. This is the focus of John Robinson's movement, because he knows what it takes to get our children out of jails, off the streets, and into a community and into homes, into family life that will be prosperous as all other people. And so we're going to close this out. I want to thank State President Edward DuBose for the commitment with the death row inmate, Troy Davis, as well as Judge Mathis. He gave an outstanding speech last night. Once again, this is kvci.blogspot.com, on YouTube, and of course, George Boston Rhymes, returning back from Atlanta and doing what I do. Peace be unto you, and bye-bye we go.